Imagine that on one ordinary noon, the sky across the entire planet suddenly flares up with an ominous green and crimson flame. Mobile phones in your hands instantly turn into useless pieces of dark glass, and sparks burst out of outlets with a loud crackle. The huge digital world we are all so used to disappears in just a few seconds, leaving humanity in complete, deafening darkness. This is not a script for a sci-fi movie about the end of the world, but an absolutely real warning from scientists who are looking at the screens of their space telescopes with anxiety right now. Our home and seemingly peaceful sun is behaving extremely suspiciously right this second. It has slowly but surely entered the phase of its extreme activity maximum. Imagine a giant, bubbling, cosmic cauldron where the soup is not just cooking, but already starting to boil over the edge. Spacecraft orbiting our planet have captured something truly terrifying on the surface of the luminary. A giant, simply incredibly sized magnetic superspot has formed there. To help you understand the scale, dozens of planets like our Earth could easily drown in this dark, churning abyss on the surface of the Sun. And this monster is ready right now to shoot a colossal cloud of glowing plasma directly in our direction. We are used to thinking that the sun is just a yellow, gentle circle in the sky that gives us warmth, makes the grass grow, and calls us to swim in the river. But in reality, it is a huge, furious thermonuclear reactor. And inside it right now, invisible magnetic lines are twisting, snapping, and tying themselves into tight knots. Scientists warn that if this accumulated anger breaks out in the form of a superflare, our familiar life will come to an end. An impact of such incredible force is capable of completely destroying satellite communications, burning out transformers at power plants, and literally erasing a huge part of the entire planet's digital data. Our favorite internet, social networks, online games, cat videos, all of this could disappear in an instant. Will humanity be able to survive and not go crazy if the whole world plunges into primitive darkness at the same time? Let's figure it out together in this cosmic detective story. To understand why scientists are beating the drums and panicking, we need to take a short virtual journey to our star. The Sun is an incredibly massive ball of glowing gas. Its mass is so huge that it makes up 99% of the mass of our entire solar system. That means all the planets, including huge Jupiter and our Earth. All the asteroids and comets are just a modest 1% of the leftovers from the cosmic construction site. Every single second, 4 million tons of matter turn into pure energy inside the Sun. It is as if millions of powerful bombs were exploding there every second. Usually, Earth is protected by its invisible shield, the magnetic field. It works like the reliable armor of a superhero, deflecting dangerous cosmic rays and the solar wind. We can see this shield working with our own eyes when we admire the beautiful aurora borealis. These are just solar particles crashing into our atmosphere, like bugs on a car windshield, and glowing with resentment that they were not let inside. But what will happen if not just a breeze, but a real cosmic tsunami breaks out of the Sun? Scientists call such powerful events superflares. During such an explosion, the Sun releases as much energy as humanity could not use up in millions of years, even if thousands of powerful computers and microwave ovens were running around the clock in everyone's home. And the most important place where these cosmic monsters are born is precisely those solar spots. In these places, the magnetic field of the Sun becomes so strong that it prevents the hot gas from rising from the depths. As a result, this place cools down a bit and looks dark to us. But do not think that it is cool there. The temperature in such a spot is about 4,000 degrees Celsius. This is several times hotter than molten lava in the scariest earthly volcano. It is just that against the background of the rest of the even brighter Sun, these areas look like black holes.
And now imagine that these magnetic lines in the spot are twisting tighter and tighter, just like you twist a tight rubber band on a toy airplane. At some point, the rubber band inevitably snaps. A colossal kaboom happens. A giant bubble of billions of tons of magnetized plasma flies into space, rushing toward us at a speed of several million kilometers per hour. Scientists call this a coronal mass ejection. If this cloud flies past Earth, we are lucky. We will just see beautiful green flashes in the sky, even where they never usually happen, for example in Moscow or Sochi. But if this cloud flies straight at us, a real cosmic battle begins.
History remembers cases when the sun already showed us its fierce temper. In the year 1859, an event occurred that scientists called the Carrington event, in honor of the astronomer who noticed it. Back then, a giant group of spots also appeared on the sun. When the plasma cloud crashed into Earth, our planet's magnetic shield literally buckled. In those days, there was no internet, of course. People had only just started using the telegraph to send short text messages to each other through wires.
So, during that storm, telegraph lines all over the world simply went crazy. Sparks flew from the devices, paper caught fire on its own, and some telegraph operators received strong electric shocks. The most amazing thing was that even when the operators disconnected the power batteries, the telegraphs continued to work on their own, feeding on pure energy that literally spilled into the air because of the solar storm. The nightly auroras were so bright that in some American cities, people woke up thinking it was morning and calmly read newspapers without any lamps. Birds began to sing, and workers went to construction sites, confident that the night was already over.
Back then, humanity was very lucky because we did not have complex electronics. Now, let's fast forward to our modern world. Imagine the Carrington event repeating today when we completely depend on outlets, wires, and wireless networks. What will happen to our world then? The first blow will be taken by space satellites. They orbit high above Earth, where the atmosphere no longer protects them. The solar plasma cloud will simply fry their delicate electronic brains. In a single second, space navigation will shut down. Car navigators in taxis will lose connection with the sky. Airplanes will not be able to fly along their usual routes. And ships in the ocean will find themselves blind. Television and satellite internet will disconnect instantly. But those, believe me, are just the tiniest prologue. The real poisonous fruits will ripen on the surface of the Earth.
When the giant magnetic cloud envelops our planet, it will create powerful electrical currents in any long metallic objects. And what is the longest and most metallic thing we have on Earth? That's right, power lines and huge backbone cables that are laid along the bottom of the oceans and connect continents with the internet. A monstrous extra current will flow through these wires for which they are completely unsuited. Huge transformers at power plants that provide light to entire cities will begin to overheat. The oil in them will boil and they will start exploding one after another like giant New Year's firecrackers. Fixing such a transformer is not just like changing a burnt-out light bulb in a chandelier. It takes many months and sometimes years to manufacture and replace one such giant. And if hundreds of transformers all over the world fail, entire countries will plunge into total darkness. Along with electricity, water will instantly disappear in cities because the pumps at the stations will no longer be able to pump it. Refrigerators in supermarkets will stop working, and tons of food will spoil in just a few days. ATMs will turn off, banks will close, and you will not be able to buy even a loaf of bread because electronic money will simply cease to exist. But the scariest thing will happen to the internet.
You probably think that the internet lives somewhere in the air or in the clouds, but in reality, it is very earthly and material. The entire global internet is millions of kilometers of cables laid along the bottom of the oceans, and huge buildings called data centers. Inside these buildings stand thousands of powerful computers that store all the world's information around the clock. Your photos, videos, scientific articles, government databases, and codes for all programs are kept there. During a powerful solar storm, these data centers might not just turn off due to a lack of light. Their hard drives could be completely wiped out by a powerful magnetic pulse. This means that humanity could lose its entire digital history accumulated over the last decades. We will wake up in a world where there is no Google, no Wikipedia, and no electronic archives.
Scientists have calculated that if such a super flare happens tomorrow, the planet's economy will suffer damages estimated in trillions of dollars. It could take years of hard work to restore normal life. Humanity will have to learn to live the old-fashioned way all over again, writing letters on paper, reading regular books, and navigating using paper maps. This will be a colossal test of survival for our entire civilization. But you shouldn't run to the store right now to buy up all the candles and canned food. Our science is not standing still either. Today, a whole fleet of space telescopes monitors the sun 24 hours a day. They look at the luminary in infrared, ultraviolet, and X-ray bands. Scientists have learned to notice the birth of dangerous spots long before they decide to shoot plasma at us. If astronomers see that a dangerous cloud is flying toward Earth, humanity will have about 1 to 3 days in reserve to prepare for the impact.
During these few days, engineers will be able to switch important satellites into a safe sleep mode and turn their solar panels so that the impact hits them at a glancing angle. Power grid operators on Earth will be able to temporarily turn off major power grids to save those very expensive transformers from burning out. Yes, we will have to sit without light and internet for a couple of days until the cosmic storm subsides, but in return, we will keep our technologies safe and sound. It is like hiding under an umbrella in time during a heavy summer downpour. This scary, but at the same time incredibly exciting story reminds us of what an amazing and fragile world we live in. We built cities, invented the internet, fly on airplanes, and consider ourselves the masters of the planet. But against the majesty and power of the universe, we still remain little children whose well-being completely depends on the mood of one single distant star. The sun gives us life every second, but it also demands our respect and constant attention. Studying space is not just a boring science from textbooks, it is our only way to protect our home and build a safe future among the stars. If you enjoyed this cosmic journey through time and space, be sure to support our channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and click on the bell icon to never miss our hot new investigations. Write in the comments how many days you think you could live without the internet and a phone if the sun still decided to give us a wild time. We are very interested to read your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, stay with us, and see you next time.